Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman just dropped a 20,000 crore bet on carbon capture and supercharged solar energy. But is it really enough for climate action? Hi, this is Rupa, the host of a podcast called Mission Planet A, available on Spotify and YouTube. And this is our second episode of Decoding the Budget 2026 under an environmental lens. So follow us so you don't miss out on any other episode. And also listen to our episodes available on YouTube. But before we understand what the ministry is really aiming at, let's first understand what is carbon capture. Carbon capture is basically putting a lid on pollution. It catches the carbon from the factories before it gets released into the atmosphere. Definitely not a cure, but a way to stop the damage from getting more worse while we try and become clean. Now back to what our initial point was. Solar energy expansion with higher budget allocations, tech support and rooftop solar programs. Also a 20,000 crore plan for carbon capture, utilization and storage to help cut emissions in hard to abate industries like power, steel and cement. Now most importantly, how does it relate to you and me? Higher solar budget allocations also means cheaper clean power, less pollution and more jobs in green tech, which directly affects your electricity bill, your local air quality and also India's role in the global climate crisis. Carbon capture funding helps big industries to cut their emissions without having to shut down overnight, while protecting jobs on one hand and also reducing carbon emissions on the other. But here's what the budget really doesn't tell you. Carbon capture is freaking expensive. Many experts say that this budget allocation is just a push and not really a magic bullet. And while solar energy does get a bigger slice, critics say that there is more support needed in terms of storage, grid upgrades and clean tech. If solar grows faster with storage support, then we can have cleaner fuel and lesser fossil fuels. But all of this can only happen if this is some long-term planning rather than just random budget allocations. Want budgets decoded through a climate lens? Then do not forget to follow us where we break down budgets to tell you how policy shapes people, planet and power.